Welcome back to Automotive Adventures. Today, like I said in the other video, this is my custom-made head rack. They do not make good head racks for my truck especially. They don't really, it's older. They don't have things that you can just go out and buy for them. So, being me, I welded my own with 2-inch piping, the grate, and originally, if you look over here, I made it for a bigger Dodge. I made it for one of the 1500s or 2500s, not the Dakota, because I had a 2-inch pipe coming out of here that came up. But when I bought my truck, that changed, so I grinded that off, re-welded it a little bit, closed it up and grinded it again, and welded on these metal bars. And the reason I went with a bar this time instead of a 2-inch pipe was because I plan on getting a toolbox. And they do make that for my truck, so I'm in luck there. But if not, I would have made around anyway, probably. So I went with these pipes right here, and we welded them on and made sure they were strong and put them where they needed to be. But as you can see, I spray painted this with black coating. That was just black paint, basically. And if you get up here close, you can see it's rusting through. And it's starting to not look really as good as it used to. And it's bothering me. So I used that truck bed coating over there, and I really liked how that turned out. So I am going to use it for my headache rack. And the whole reason is I want it to look good continuously. You can see here it really rusted out. And I want it to always look good, and I don't want it to rust anymore. So my fix for that is going to be using the truck bed coating. And it did just rain, so it's a little wet, so I might let it dry, but I'm also going to be using some paper napkins to get rid of it. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. So I got a paper napkin, and I'm just going to basically just dry off the areas I really need to dry. There's not too many of it. It's pretty good on drying it by itself because of the sun right now. And my basic way of doing it is I will just go ahead and do the areas that aren't wet already, so that the areas that are wet dry. And a good area to start would be these little metal grates here, because they do not have any water on them because they're really small. So basically what I'm going to do is start on probably the grates right now, and then once I can, I will get to the bars themselves. And obviously I took it off the truck. I only use 4 bolts to hold it on, but I took it off the truck because I don't feel like messing up my paint job. I'll tell you right now, my truck looks very naked without it. It feels very weird to see that without it. There's Bud. So now that it's basically dried off, and there are some areas like up here that are still a little wet and stuff, but that's fixable for later. I'm going to focus on areas that I know I can do right now. And something I do know is that this entire bar right here is dry. So I'll show you I'll show you of me doing a little bit of this. So I do that, and that looks really good. I like it. It'll cover up the rust, and it'll make sure that it doesn't see through. And I just want to make sure I get a good coat on there so it's protected. And so there's that area done, and I'm going to come over here and do this, because the old paint from the truck is actually getting on it and making it look kind of bad. So there's that. And now we're going to do the top bar here, because it's right there and it's easy to get to. There we go. So that is that side, and this bar done right here from this side. Now I'm also going to get here, and of course right up here. And I really like how this truck coat primer, truck bed liner comes out. And I know it's not typically probably meant for this, but I like how it looks, and it just seems really useful, especially if it stops the rusting. So I'm going to continue getting the rest of this, and I will see you guys when it's all done. So I've done this entire side. I've gotten the grate, and I can see some areas where I didn't get the grate so well. So real quick, I'll just make sure to get the rest of it. And the reason this side was so important to me was because this is the side that shows out. And so I don't have too much left in the can, and I'll try to get the other side, but if I don't, it's not going to be a big worry to me, because all I have to do is the one undersiding. And so if I can do one coat of the undersiding, I'd be okay with that. But even if I don't, and I just get this side done, I'm okay with it for right now. Worst case scenario, I can always get another can later for $6 more, which is really cheap, and do the other side. So I'm going to let it dry, and once it's dry, I'll flip it over and show you guys the other side. So here's the other side. I let it dry and flipped over, and you can see there's a good bit of rust, even from the black paint. And so I'll try to get as much done as I can, but if I can't get a lot done, it's not going to really worry me. Because as much as I would like to get the entire thing done and nice and good looking, I know I might not be able to, which is okay, because this is the side people don't see. And so if it doesn't, right, like, can's done. It's out. I was able to do this a little bit, but all this right here I can't do yet. But when I do get my toolbox, I do plan on taking this back off and refinishing it. And ooh, that's okay. That's on the bottom. That's a little bad mark right there. I didn't notice that. Like, it's over there too. So I'm wondering if it probably wasn't from the wood being real quickly. You can see right here where there's a mark of it, but it should have been dry, but maybe I went back over a spot or two and forgot about it. But that's okay. See if I can't get any more out. Nope, that can's completely done. So I'm okay with this side not being able to be done for the fact that this is the side that people won't see. And so the fact that it's not going to be seen doesn't bother me. Something I did want to mention, though, was that my welded on bars, when it was on my truck, instead of sitting straight up, trying to focus on my finger. I can focus on the truck. Well, there we go. It was leaning backwards some, and I wanted it to lean straight. So while it is on the sawhorses, I am going to flip it back up and use a hammer to hit these and bend them down a little bit so it's a little bit more curved straight up, and maybe I'll show you that after it's on. So here we go. So here's it sitting back on the old Dodge, and you can see where it leaned back a little bit, and it was way farther back. So I did hammer around here. You can see where it's orange because of the mallet, to bend this metal a little bit so that there wasn't as large a gap. So now all there is to do is to re-put the 4 bolts that hold it on for. And if you're wondering what this hole is, my grandpa gave me a CB radio, and my truck is going into the shop soon to get fixed. So I wanted to take everything that might or could have been stolen just during the night out. So the CB radio is out, the antennas are gone, everything's gone. I cleaned it out and took everything important out, and I'm just doing this and some other stuff, just general stuff I wanted to do before I tried to get it back on the road. So these are the bolts I have that hold it on. So I'll be doing that now. So I got the first bolts in right here and over there, and I leave them facing up because when I get my toolbox, I'll probably have to drill a new hole for this one and that one because they're too far this way. This one will probably be fine, but we're going to take them, drill a new hole kind of over here. So when we get my toolbox, we can set the toolbox down. We'll drill holes through the toolbox so the screw will come up. We'll put a washer with it, and then we'll screw them back on so the toolbox is connected to this, and this is connected to my truck. So that's how we plan on getting the toolbox on here. So it's finally done. It took me a little longer to get that bolt on because, if I'm correct, it's a little threaded out, but finally got it, and I like the way it looks with them even coming up right now. Eventually, I will get the toolbox I want. I'm just going to buy it blacked out so I don't have to rhino line or anything. But I do like where I sit right now. From the back, it looks very much better, even though when you do come up here, you can still see the rust, but nobody's really looking on this side. It's hard to look on this side unless you're actually inside the vehicle, but even then, it's hard to see through the window, kind of. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. It looks a bit better. There's one spot I can see where there's a scrape, and the same over there. But like I said, I'll pull it off and redo it all again once I have my toolbox, which will be after I get this thing fixed. There's my zombie outbreak response team on my gas tank thing. I love that thing. But yep, it looked naked without it, which surprised me because I'm really used to this truck. So it was weird having it off. I've had it on ever since I think I got it. I made it work for it. So yep, closed up the toolbox, got this thing ready, some mud from my shoes, but that should wash away and stay on good. And overall, looks really nice and everything, and so does the bed. And, well, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'll see you later.